You ever go and you're about to do like a video and then a kiddo in the background says something that just drops you to your knees and you start laughing? So I'm about to do a video and I'm watching two little boys. One's 2 and one's 4, and I hear, was that the Spider-Man butt song? And I'm going, okay, it's gonna be one of those days. So I want to step into and talk a little bit about yesterday. It was a pretty amazing day. A lot of beautiful energy. And if you're vibing with me, if you were going, yeah, yesterday was pretty amazing, then we're probably, on the same kind of level. However, last night there was a disturbance in the force, is what I call it, and had some work to do. And that's okay. I step into that. I want to talk about how we're really starting to come together and understand and feel each other, and what that means and what it looks like, because in many ways we are in uncharted territory. For thousands and thousands of years, we've kind of been walking this walk in a certain way, and things are changing. And how they're changing is so unique and beautiful. And coming together and working together is really helping create this amazing change. Many of you know me. Many of you reach out and say, hey, come to my page, look at the post, speak about it to people. And I gratefully step in and do all of that, because I know that there is more that gets done, more energy gets used and flows, right? The energy flow happens so much more beautifully when we work together. So I'm kind of coming to say, I need you to do the same thing here, right? I work a lot in the collective. And part of that is when you invite me to your page, when you invite me into your business or your personal space, what you're saying is, hey, your energy is amazing and I want it in my life. And the same is true for me. When I invite you into my space, I'm saying your energy is amazing and I want it in my life. And maybe it's not perfect. Some days it's not perfect. And that's okay too, because we're starting to anchor each other so we can do the work that we need to do, and get out of that harder work, more unpleasant work, a little bit easier. But there are two areas that are really, really feeling it in the collective. And the first is money. There is a lot of people, there are a lot of people that are just saying, hey, look, we could use some help with money. Another area is self-forgiveness. And isn't that the truth? All day long, I can sit there and forgive everybody else for the atrocities sometimes that is, committed against me. But when I look at my own stuff, it's a little bit harder. So one of the things that I am doing is I am pairing up with an amazing woman. She's been my mentor, she's been my guide, and in many ways she helped me survive what I've been going through the last 11 months. Her name's Vanessa. If you know me well, I talk about her a lot. I have mad respect for her. I am so honored, truly honored, to be able to work with her. And I've come to her and I said, look, these are what I'm feeling in the collective that needs to be worked on. And she comes back and she goes, then let's work on it. And she goes, but the more that come together and gather for the same kind of outcome, the greater that happens for us all. Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever noticed as you work through something and you finally kind of get through it and there's this triumph that others around you are getting it, and there's this huge celebration that occurs because it's not just you, So that's what I'm asking. I'm asking for us to come together and kind of do some work. And yes, it's going to be personal, because that's really all we can do is work on our own self, right? However, when we do it with intent and do it when somebody asks, hey, come to my, like somebody will say, come to my page, help me out, make a comment, share what I'm, you know, if you believe in what I'm doing, share what I'm doing with someone else. I do that. I do it gladly because I know when I help you, I help myself. When I help myself, I help you. There's this like circular pattern that occurs, and it's beautiful and wonderful. But too often we get stuck in this kind of rut of this is how it should be. So I'm asking you to unstick yourself. I'm asking you to spend less than you do on a meal nowadays. I'm asking you to come forward and say, look, yeah, there's some areas that need to be worked on. And let's do that together, because what Vanessa does is amazing. She activates stuff, and she gets like any blocks that are in your head or in your body or even in your spirit, right? She's working all in the 3-in-1, unblocking everything. And then when her and I work together, I go in and I make connections with the golden thread, and I make it firmer, and I allow that to even flow more. So we are like a dynamic duo. She's amazing, and I'm not going to downplay how amazing I am too, because I think that we too often do that. I know that what I do is amazing too, and what we really want to do is to see some change. You know, we're feeling it. We're in many ways we're out there tackling things one by one, when we already know that there's an easier way to do it. All we have to do is get together and everybody kind of have that same thought of, hey, let's work on some abundance. Now, that can seem kind of vague, but it's still the intent of abundance. And then your own energy and your own powerfulness, because honey, sweetheart, you are just as powerful and amazing as we are. Absolutely, without a doubt. And your own amazingness will take that abundance that we are working on, and you'll use it for what you need it for. Maybe you need abundance in health right now. Maybe you need abundance in wealth right now. Maybe you need abundance in insert what it is that you want and desire to have abundance in, because it's already there. That abundance is right there. And that was something that took me like a hard minute. Let's put it that way. It took me a hard minute to understand that. That abundance is already there. We're going to do a Zoom call. We're going to do it on Monday, this coming up Monday, at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And I was asking $20, kind of rounding it to that number. And my higher selves came and said, you know, do 22. There's a power and a magic in this number. And I don't understand it, but I'm going to flow with it. I trust my higher self. I trust my guides. They said $22. Okay, fine. We'll do $22. But I've already got quite a bit of interest. I just want to do more for the collective. And the more that we come forward and say, yes, yes, I'm going to do it. And even if you can't make it, if you make the donation, we can include you in the abundance. And your energy, you know, time and space is way different than we could ever imagine. It's not like this linear process that we think it is. So even though you're like, I can't make that time, that's okay. Because even though you can't make that time, you actually can. And I don't know how to explain it, but since there is no time and there is no space between us, it doesn't matter when you listen to the video. It doesn't matter when that energy comes to you, because it's already there. It already has been and always will be. It's the same understanding of the abundance. It's already there. Now let's tap into it. So I'm hoping more people will come forward and say, I am interested. I want to be part of this like collective movement to help people, because I know you've probably got clients or friends or yourself that need some help in this. So come forward and talk to me. I'm super excited to be doing this. I'm super excited. It's something that we already do. That's what me and Vanessa do much of the time, is we hear what the collective is saying. The first thing that we worked on was children. That was the first thing. When I started knowing that what I was doing was affecting change, sorry, get a little teary-eyed sometimes. When I could see that what I was doing was affecting change globally, my higher selves came to me and said, what do you want to work on? And I said, I want to work with the children. And that was back in February. And we have seen some pretty amazing things come forward. We have seen some corruption that has been really unveiled, and more is to come. So come and work with us. I really hope you do. And I love you lots. You are more amazing than you could ever possibly believe. And as we start to see it and believe it, then we start to create it.